What's going on? It's your boy Brother L, and I'm back with another one. And this one is going to address a topic that's going on in social media, that's going on in videos and all of that people see online. And it's going to be why women hate red pill content. All right, so I was watching a video. Shout out to Anton Daniels, and he was actually doing a reaction video. I forget the lady's name, but he was reacting to a video, and the woman, well, she made a lot of points that didn't really well, I'm not gonna say the points don't make sense. It's just that she doesn't understand. She's an academic, okay, and academics tend to sit behind their desk in their classrooms or their offices and do this research, and the research is based off of reports that are based off of people getting information through other people, right? It's just a snapshot of a sample size. It's not actually a story of like what really goes on in that field and everything. All right, so basically, she was saying that she did research about, uh, and she was doing a lot of talking points about men. Basically, it was about why black men are falling behind, and how black men are falling behind. All right. Um, but basically, she did that. She talked about the trades and all that, and how they not all cracked up to be, and how AI and automation is going to be taking away all of the trades jobs. That could be true in some instances, but when she said trades, that's what I'm saying. You can't go off of everything that these academics say. When she was talking about trades, she just only referenced industry, like industrial jobs. Like, yeah, if you're working in a factory or something, or oil refinery or something, yeah, a lot of your jobs can be automated and taken over. But trades are such a very broad field. Like, I work in the trades. I do construction as an electrician. All right, so, but anyways, I bring all that to say that she got towards the end of the video, and then she said, it's funny because then she threw in red pill content and how parents need to be, well, number one, she said moms need to give their men a hug. All right, that's problematic to me because number one, she didn't reference fathers at all. All right, she didn't reference fathers, and off break she just went. And I get it because 70% of black families in America, all right, in America, I stress, 70% of black families in America, because it's totally different in Africa and other places. All right, 70% of families in America, black families in America, are in single parent with single mom homes. Okay, so I get that part and I understand that part. Why she only referenced them, but that's what's a part of the problem, and that's what drives a lot of black men to watch red pill content, is because we never had fathers in our life teaching us manly things. A lot of black families didn't, or they might have had another guy and there, because let's be real, this if you're not married, that's why I say again, with these academics, they're only looking at things through the cliff notes and everything. They're not looking at the true experience, because even though most black people grew up with single moms, it doesn't mean that there wasn't a man in the household. There typically is some type of man in the household. These women don't be single, like single. You know what I'm saying? They usually have a boyfriend or something like that, or some guy that they screwing that's in the household or frequents the household, but they're not getting good, sound, manly advice. And because a lot of times the men that these women do date aren't the best guys. Good guys finish last, and a lot of times they choose guys that aren't the best examples for a boy growing up to be raised into a man. All right, but a lot of times black men are drawn towards red pill content because they're learning lessons that their fathers never taught them. Bottom line. That's the major reason. They're learning a lot of lessons. When I watch red pill content, and I watch it because I wanted to learn how to deal with things that may arise in my marriage, and it did a lot. It did tremendous amounts of work for my marriage because if I never watched red pill content, you know what the typical thing, and that's another thing too. The typical advice that we get is not conducive to long-term lasting relationships. If you have problems, what most people just gonna say, they're just gonna say, go ahead and leave. You know why? And especially if it comes from women, because 90%, about 90% of divorces are initiated or filed by women. So men actually like to solve problems a lot of times. A lot of times women can kind of just throw their hands up and just leave issues. Um, I wish that we would do that more, especially when it comes to domestic violence. But believe me, women had no problem at all leaving a man. All right, they had no problem at all, and most of the time it is them. Almost 9 times out of 10 that leave the relationship. All right, but what red pill content teaches you is how to preserve that relationship. So that's one reason why women may tend to hate that, because when women are done with you, they're done and they're gone out the door. Red pill content can actually teach you how to prolong that relationship and make that relationship last by appealing to natural attraction triggers from women. Okay, if you ask a woman what does she like in a man, a lot of times she'll say, "I want a good man. I want a nice man." Or like they'll say, "I want a man that makes a certain amount." They'll say that they want a man that that's a gentleman, all of that. But when you look at the men that they're actually dealing with, okay, a lot of the complaints from women that men ain't ish, Negroes ain't ish, it ain't nothing, um, how men are dogs, all of this. Why do the women typically say this? It's because these are the men who they choosing to be with. When they could have had the Poindexters and the geeks and the nerds, they're not attracted to good, solid men. They are in a way, but see, women have like two attraction columns. When men just typically have one, which is looks, along with is the major thing. Along with that also goes character traits too, but it's mainly looks. With women, they have many different attraction triggers. Looks is a major part of it, but they also have other ones. And a lot of the times, the good, well put together square guys end up being boring to them. They call them, they're nerds, they're geeks. They're not attracted to that. They're attracted to the charismatic, outgoing, brash type of guys. And what Red Pill does is it points that out, right? And women get upset with it because they don't like that, right? They don't like to admit what they're really attracted to. If you ask a woman what she's attracted to, and then you look at who she's actually been with throughout her lifetime, you'll find that 9 times out of 10, most of the time, those things don't match with who they're actually being with. And a lot of times they'll say, "Oh, it's because of the dating pool of men." When no, it's the men that they're choosing to be with. All right, because you can try to hook them up with a good square guy, and they don't want to do that. So a lot of times, so it's that red pill points out things, teaches things that your father never taught you. It exposes the truth, and women, when they hear this, they feel some type of way about it because it tells the truth about what they really like. And even though they can't stand it, and I'm gonna tell you there's a biblical reason because of this, but they desire men that they don't like, and it's always been like that since all the way since Genesis. Okay? The woman will desire the man, and the man will rule over the woman. That's what the Bible said in Genesis. Okay? And it also, what's crazy is it also says the same exact thing about sin. God warned Cain, hey, look, sin is knocking at your door. It desires you, but you must rule over it. The same exact phrase to describe the curse of women that God put on women is the same exact thing. Same exact phrase that God describes sin. Alright? It's not me. Don't get mad at me. That's what the Lord God said in His Word. Okay? So, and you can be upset if you want and not believe in Christianity and all of that, or the Judeo faith, but that's what it says. And if you follow if you follow the ways of God, okay, because God does show you how to pick a great husband, okay. The best example of a woman is Proverbs 31, and you look at her husband and how he is and stuff, and that's how a woman should be. That's a prototype woman. But women tend to be more like Eve. That's like Proverbs 31 woman. All right, and the red pill exposes that. So of course women are not going to like that. So that's the main reason why women don't like red pill, is because it gets to the truth, and when women hear the truth, in general, the vast majority, the truth can sometimes be uncanny. That's a lot of reasons why churches are so empty, is because people go to church and they hear the truth, and back in the day they used to listen to it and they would convict them, and the people would self-scrutinize, but now they hear the truth and they just want to go away and not hear that. But you still here listening, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on another one.